Hey, I thought I'd just share with you guys a little bit because we've had Storm Eunice here in the UK, and I found myself a little bit confined to the apartment. So yesterday we had a red weather warning, so we were all advised not to go out, and today the weather's pretty rubbish. And to be honest, the days before that I found myself so swamped with work I've not been out. And that, I mean, I haven't followed my normal routine of getting out, getting some fresh air, getting out into nature and thinking about stuff. And what that's led to, I just noticed this morning that I was beginning to let some negative thoughts creep in. A little bit of kind of self-criticism about how I've allowed my routines to slip, etc. And you know, with work and everything else, I've been pretty busy, so I'm kind of reminding myself not to beat myself up. But what it's kind of made me realize is that something I want to share with you guys, that our self-talk is so important. Our subconscious will believe whatever we tell it, and what we tell our subconscious are what our thoughts are. And so our thoughts can be everything from, you know, self-criticism, self-worth. I don't believe this. I'm not as good as so-and-so. I'm responsible for such and such. And, you know, when it comes to relationships, we often have a lot of guilt and self-blame about the things we did or didn't do. And whereas, you know, I also share with my clients that we can't compare our current situation to where we are in our current situation and reflect that back over our past actions, because we have to understand and accept that our past actions we did out of the place that we were in. You know, if you're in a tough place, a tough mental state, you're tired, you've been in a situation where you've not had the chance to reflect, so you're more easily triggered, then you're going to react from that space. Everyone does this. It doesn't mean that what we did was wrong. It just meant that what we did in that time was what we did in that time. And we can't look back and compare our actions now as looking at it from a different emotional and a different energetic space. So where I'm trying to go with this is that so that's self-criticism. I've gone off on a little tangent here. What I'm trying to get to here is that our self-talk is important, and if we catch ourselves being negative like this, we need to find ways to reframe our thinking back into being more positive, because ultimately, as I said earlier, our subconscious mind believes whatever we tell it, and what we tell it are our thoughts, what we tell it are what we say to other people. It filters in. And if we tell our subconscious mind more positive things, like you know, that you are worth more, that you did your best, that you are proud of, you know, doing whatever you've done, that you are worth that promotion or that pay rise, or you are worth more money, etc., then over time your subconscious mind will, and it will take time because your subconscious mind doesn't now believe in a negative, but if we tell it the positive often enough, it will eventually start to believe what you're saying. And when your positive mind starts to believe more positive things, then you will find yourself stop sabotaging. Very often the reason we don't get promotions, or that we don't get things in life that we want, is because as we get close to them and we feel we don't deserve them, we sabotage the efforts. You may not be conscious of it, but if you were to start changing your ways of thinking and start catching yourself being negative, you might actually see this sort of thing happening. And then you'll start to recognize it, and then you'll start to see how this works. Now, to really make this work deeply, affirmations are one thing, but affirmations on their own don't, they have a bit of an impact, but after a while we can start saying our affirmations with a sense in the back of our head that we don't believe what we're saying. The way to really make this work is to make our hearts believe it, right? So when we tell ourselves things, when we strip off one label and add another label, or we start to try to feel that we are worth more, etc., or that we have done more, then if we can make that, if we can make our hearts as well as our minds believe that, then the transition will be much, much, much faster. One of the ways to make our hearts think that is to put ourselves in the situation where we already feel it. And this may sound weird, but if you can sit quietly, contemplate and just sit and imagine you're already in that space. Imagine you have already done this exercise. You've already started to feel positive about yourself. Recognize how your heart feels. Recognize what your brain's thinking. Recognize the words you're saying to yourself. And in order to make this then work and be congruent, what you then need to do is try and recall and recreate that feeling as often as you can. Because then you're being the change you want to be. You're not striving for change, because the notion of wanting to change is telling your brain, I want something, therefore I haven't got it. So that's what your brain believes. You haven't got it. To make your brain believe and your heart believe that you've already got it, you need to create the feeling that you're already there. If any of this strikes a chord with you, or if any of you want to dig deeper on this, or you've got some particular challenges around things that you're struggling with in terms of negative thoughts you want to turn around, then please reach out to me. I'm happy to have a quick call with some of you guys and give you some thoughts as to how we can reframe things. But I just thought as I've caught myself doing it, and even the guys who are meditative gurus will have bad days and they'll have negative thoughts, and that's fine, that's human. It's catching ourselves doing it, and it's then deciding what we do with those thoughts, and how we move forward from that. That's important. So as I say, guys, if you want to talk anything through, then reach out to me. Big love.